So, if you guys are watching this, I decided to get this. Is what I ordered for a long time ago since uh, I think it's called Prison Broke in a TV show back in 2005. This is Saturday Toys. This is the Saturday Toys Have Sits Wardrobe series. So if you recognize this suit, it's basically Michael was wearing this at the moment that he went to the bank to get himself arrested and sent to jail with his brother. This is the one he was wearing into a suit, basically. And I received the package in a very cheap budget. It doesn't cost too much. I finally got it like probably 20 bucks. It used to be cost about, I'm not sure what original price is, but it could be a 30 or somewhere between it back then. But usually now it's about be like 50 or 60 or even probably $100 because it's a very rare thing to receiving from the Saturday Toys. They usually made these wardrobes, prison outfits, even the figurines they had it and so on. But I don't know how long that was, but this is definitely a pretty nice thing to have, and I'm going to try this out. Yeah, it's going to be the first thing is I'm going to open the packaging and we're going to test it. Unfortunately, I didn't have Michael's, the actual figurine that goes with it. The closest thing I have is this Joker right here, which is by far is the closest to the hair and the tattoo. Now, this is not an actual Joker toy. I got this from like a cheap knockoff of Crazy Toys, the half-inch one. So you can see the bodies here that has a little black bar on it. Those are the cheap ones. And you can see the tattoo and all that. It looks pretty fitting appropriately from the, I guess, similarly. And of course, we're gonna switch his head differently to give him more expressions. This is a very cheap knockoff heads and stuff. And so I'm gonna stop here and change him up. But we're gonna open the packaging before I decided to dress him up in, well, a suit. Fairly, really, this kind of really differently take on of this. So let's go ahead and begin to open the packaging. All right, so now since it's a real old packaging, I guess we might have to pull one. You can just tell that the stickers is completely faded away. So this is really old, and I don't think it's pretty much any use to it. So we're gonna open this. Now the packaging is, yeah, again, the packaging is bad. It's really weird and beat up. You see discolorations all around it. But let's just get this out of this. And well, this is very interesting of how this looks. So we're gonna put it right here so you can see it. Now the feeling of it is really, really nice actually. So I'm gonna place him out and look at that. That is like, it's like a time capsule. It's been sealed in for some time, so it's really held on for a long time, even the wear of the packaging. Now just checking this out by holding it is like hilariously I think there's a cardboard box inside of this thing, so it's obviously keeping everything. So we're gonna take everything bit by bit. So I'm gonna see how it is. So let's see. No, this is the button. This doesn't have a snap. It actually is a real button, so you gotta carefully take this out. Let me just go for the shoes. That's a good boot. There's a socks under here. Now, how am I gonna take this off? Wow. So I'm gonna carefully unbutton this thing. Oh, this is like, again. Now it's not easy to take this off. Hold on. Alright, I got them open. So you can see what the inside looks like. Now it looks realistically really good. I mean, I wish whatever this stain here could come off. I don't know how that happens. So we're gonna take this part out. I'm gonna take the jacket out. Everything's held on a cardboard box. Look at this. Even the tie looks nice. Look at this belt buckles. There's a socks here, so outfit. So that would be quite interesting to do. Oh god, this is so hard to take it out. Gotta really be careful with this. Oh man, that takes a while to take his pants off. the belt off. I had to use this little tweezer thing just to be careful so I don't damage it. It's easier to pull it out. And now we can actually see if we can take his pants off. This box thing. Oh, that one has a button. And we want to pull this down. See if there's anything under there. No, it's just his... Oh, wow. Look at that. It's got a nice little body structure to it. So this is like really great if you want to put an outfit under it to save these box shape thing. I would recommend to keep it. But it's a good thing because at least you know that you could move around the arm area to pose it some way. Look at the tiny little sock on the end. Ooh, look at that. He has a pair of socks. So this is what it looks like out in the box. And again, save this. Now we're gonna strip him down a little bit. Now the reason why I end up choosing it because he has the feet. You can tell from the crazy toys. One has 6 inches, and the one when he's in a straitjacket, he has this feet that sticks out, and that's the only one I can figure out how to put this boot in. But I can see that the boot, it's not going to be easy to do, so you have to use a hot water, and at best try to fit this in first with the ball points in the socks to get in, and then you can pop it in there. But it's going to be so tricky because of this feet here, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that alone. We're gonna probably put a socks on, and that's about it, because I prefer to have a real shoe so it's easier to fit in there instead of like this thing. This is something that it came with it, so I would not recommend it. So I'm gonna leave that outside. But right now I'm gonna get him dressed up so we can see what it looks like. Well, he seems to be a little bit more disappointed wearing this, but hey, at least he's getting there. So hold on. Well, that was a little bit challenging, so, yeah, I guess I got what I wanted, but the problem is I can't get him to stamp it himself. You can see how it looks from, I guess the body looks kind of like muscular for some reason, because if you look at this body first, so you can see it actually is a muscular size, not a slim or anything. So it's like a little bit tight, but overall, looks pretty good considering how he is. I might have to get a different shoes, but you can see the gloves I actually used to do this, because he was holding a gun and a hat. So, and it took a while, and the sock was a pain in the ass. Again, look at this. Oh, of course, this is a bendy hands here. This is like completely bendy, so I can change his hands if I want. And so you're curious about this. These rubber thing, they're actually not real. They're actually racer guns, and yeah, they're kind of small one. So you just button this shirt. Now if I wish there was like a way to button this up without breaking the buttons, it would look pretty interesting how that looks when he wears it. It makes his head look more small because of the shoulder pack and everything. So obviously it doesn't fit really well. But we're gonna try to change his head with this expression. It probably makes it a little more easier. Now the thing is, popping his head. Yeah, this is kind of be difficult. There we go. That's a nice expression of that loony being bird. So yeah, it looks pretty actually interesting how everything all turns out. Especially the outfit and all that.